Here we go. Hi, everyone. It's Patty Marmon with another episode of Empower Half Hour. Yay! And tonight, our exclusive interview is with Miss Jen Mccommons. And so I'm super excited to share a little information about Miss Jen here shortly. But I do want to share that the direct sales industry is now generating over $145 billion a year. And it's evident that most direct sales companies are offering a higher quality product, a competitive compensation plan, as well as inspirational training that's exploding their bottom market. One of the leading companies in direct sales is none other than Pure Romance, yay. And our products with Pure Romance are bath, beauty, massage products, lingerie, and relationship enhancement items, as well as education information to help strengthen couples' relationships, but also keep single women safe. Our high-quality line of product is unique, it's competitively priced, and our hostess plan is extraordinary. Most importantly, Pure Romance cares about their consultants. Our mission is to empower, educate, and entertain. We offer the opportunity for any woman to earn anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month by doing just a couple of shows, as well as earning a six-figure income through our impressive training and support programs. Pure Romance has definitely changed the life of Miss Jen Mccommons and many of her team members. And get ready to hear what the buzz is all about, because she's going to rock your world tonight. So please help me welcome Miss Jen Mccommons. Yay! And Jen, please share with everyone why you guys started with Pure Romance. Please tell a little bit about your background, your medical background, and what got you started with Pure Romance.
Sure. Thank you, Patty. So I'm a physician assistant. I've been a PA since 1997, and I have worked in a multitude of medical practices, emergency, surgery, family practice, and most currently in an integrative medicine practice. And so I do family practice, pelvic exams, etc. And I ask my patients about their sexual health because unfortunately there's a lot of providers who don't. So I ask, are you having pain with sex? Are you having trouble lubricating? Are you having orgasms? And most of them have a shocked look on their face at first that I'm asking. And then they soften and they're glad that I asked. And one day I had 3 patients all in a row. And I don't usually have 3 pelvics in one day. And they all started crying in my office. They admitted that they hated sex, that they had pain with sex, and they'd never had orgasms. So I made recommendations to them. I was not a Pure Romance consultant at the time, but I knew about the enhancement creams and obviously the lubricants. And I told them, I educated them about what they should be using. And they said, if you had it here, every single one of them, Patty, said, if you had it here, I would buy it, but I won't go anywhere to buy it. I don't want anybody to see me buying it. And I had a 30-year-old, a 40-year-old, and a 60-year-old. So it wasn't like it was all an older generation. And so I talked to my boss and I said, do you care if I sell Pure Romance lubricants out of the office? And she said, no, that's fine. It's a decision she regrets now, let me tell you. But I did. She really does. So I said, okay, talked to my now husband and said, are you okay with me doing this? And he supported me completely. And so I really had no intention of doing parties, Patty. I planned on selling a little product in the office and having a discount for myself. And one of the nurses in my office asked me to have a party. She's like, can you do it? I'm like, sure. I'm going through my catalog. I didn't know anything. I'm literally going out of the catalog. And I walked out of there with $1,200 in sales in 3 hours. And I was just like, this is something you can do to make money for real. And that was, the bug bit me, and it's all the rest is history.
Oh my gosh. So $1,200 for one party that took you about 3 hours? Yes. 3 hours. Okay, so that's $400. You didn't know what you were doing. That's $400 an hour. So may I ask, I'm going to be nosy here, about what's the average amount that a PA makes per hour?
Depending on the career, on where you're at, but on
Mm-hmm.
average, anywhere between $50 and $75 an hour.
Mm-hmm. And I know as a registered nurse, I was making around $40 an hour. Here, you just made 400, or at least you collected $400 an hour.
Right.
Have you ever experienced that before?
Not even with overtime for special occasions in the hospital. No.
So Jen,
Never.
with your medical background, I know there's always vendors that come through, pharmaceutical companies that come through medical offices promoting their product. Could you share what made you decide to go with Pure Romance other than some other pharmaceutical company?
I liked the mission statement of the company. I liked that it's about empowering women. It is about taking the stigma away from being sexual. I think that's a problem that we have in society as women, is that, even from when we're little children, if a little boy comes out and is naked, people laugh it off. If a little girl comes out and sits down with a dress on and no undies on, that's naughty. Don't do that. Shut your legs. And obviously there's a time and a place, but we start shaming women at a very young age, and we have to stop that. We have to give women a voice, and it's okay to be sexual as long as you're safe and it's consensual. So my goal is to really help women lose that, they feel guilty. They feel like they're not supposed to do that. And so that's not the case. And if I can help one woman feel better about themselves and have a good intimate relationship with somebody else or themselves, then I've done a great job. The women I was mentioning earlier, I did sell products to 2 of those women after I got the products. And one of my ladies, 60 years old, never had an orgasm. She went on a cruise with her husband. She took O and Pure Pleasure, and Just Like Me, which I tried to steer away from Just Like Me, but anyway, she took a lubricant and an enhancement cream, and I still have the text message on my phone. OMG, 10 exclamation marks. I love you. I love Pure Romance. It worked. It worked. And I will never delete that text message. It was like, it made it just all come to reality of why I wanted to do this. So love it, love it, love it.
Wow. When you read
60 years old, can you imagine?
Yes, I can. I've met several women. Yes. And that's what I love about this business is we make a difference in women's lives. And so when you read that text message, I'm sure you probably recall, what were you thinking to yourself when you read that?
I actually got a little teary-eyed. I'm not going to lie. I got goosebumps, and I thought, why hasn't anybody else helped her with this? She's 60 years old, and nobody had ever asked her if she had any sexual dysfunction ever. Oh. Never. And I think that's a problem in the medical field.
I agree. Less than 10% of medical professionals get more than 10 hours of sexual health training. Very crazy, low numbers. So speaking of training, Jen, say there's someone out there watching, and there's a lady out there watching right now, and she's going, oh my gosh, I want to help women with their sexual health, but I don't know anything about sexual health. What would you tell her? Someone who's thinking, well, I don't have a medical background. I know nothing about sexual health. What would you tell her? Or what could you share with her? I love it. Yes.
Call me. I would tell you that you don't need to have that. We're going to provide that for you. Pure Romance is amazing. I have not missed a national training, local training from Pure Romance since day one. And I have a significant medical background. I have the knowledge, and I still learn something every time I go to one of the trainings. So if you are open to being trained, you want that information, you're going to have multiple tools to use. Between our online party school, which is a very thorough training for new consultants and some of us that are older, it is right. Between the books, the classes, the Live, Love, Wins, when they bring people in that are specialist doctors in the organization to work with us. If you want the information, you will have more than enough to get that. In addition, a lot of us local groups, I know our team in particular, we do a boot camp training. Mm-hmm. We give you education. We do get your feet wet so you're ready to go. And remember, most women know a fraction of what you know, even as a beginning consultant. So you have to keep that in mind, that they are thirsty for knowledge as well. And even if you give them a little bit, that's going to be beneficial to them.
So with the training, that's awesome. I love that. So with the training, there's so many different forms of training, from online, in-person, books that we provide. So Jen, once someone gets their training and they start to do parties, or they're ready to just start their business and do parties, could you share a little bit about how you got parties in the beginning and how you continue to get parties on your books?
Sure, absolutely. So I was a little worried about that because I never wanted to be that person. I had friends that sold other products that I was just like, oh, not again. So I never wanted to be that person. We all know who we're talking about, right? So I had that first party with my friend that's a nurse, and from that party I met 20 women I'd never met before, and all of a sudden I had 4 parties on the books. And then I went to their parties and had all these parties on the books. I very rarely reach out to my friends for parties. They reach out to me. I do vendor events. I always get great information. I got some great leads from when we did the 50 Shades of Grey movie nights. I do Facebook. I do just started Twitter, Instagram. I'm kind of a little older than the generation. I hand out goodie bags when I go anywhere. I walk in with a couple little goodie bags, nothing that's crazy, just a card, a little bag, maybe a couple pieces of candy, and a little cute saying, and give them a little incentive to call me to either order product or book a party. And I hand out information to my patients as well. So I've done parties for about 12 of my patients, which has been really fun. So there's multiple ways to get parties booked, and it just depends on how much you want it. A lot of my team members will go out and do customer shopping, where they go looking for clothes. They start talking to ladies in the mall, in the dressing room, or employees, and a number of them have gotten parties from doing that. So it sounds like work is a great place to build your business. Friends, family, but also just doing your normal daily activities, being out in public. Yes.
It sounds awesome. I highly agree. Yes. Love that. And I love your ideas, the vendor events and handing out goodie bags and really connecting. So Jen, as a new consultant gets started with Pure Romance, and she starts her parties, could you share what kind of quotas are there? Is there a quota? What are the quota or minimums expected to stay an active consultant?
I get that question a lot. And actually, I just talked with a girl tonight, same question, because she's in college going to PA school of all things. And so, she's interested and she wanted to know those same answers. Basically, it's not a quota for the number of parties. It's a quota that you have to do $100 in retail sales. Remember, you're getting a discount, so that's not what you're going to be spending. $100 in retail sales every 2 months. So it is even if you only use the product yourself, there's no reason you won't hit that quota. And I feel like it's kind of funny saying quota because it just doesn't seem like that. So it's very minimal quotas. Now, I do recommend, if you do this and you want to do parties, that I recommend doing at least 2 to 3 parties a month once a week would be great, just because it keeps it fresh. It's not a challenge to do it every time. And it really, you go to work and have fun. So it's easy to do. But yeah, very minimal quotas.
So, Jan, so speaking of work and doing parties and getting parties in, you work full-time hours, plus you've got family, you have a partner, and you have parties, and you have a team. Could you share a typical day, what your day looks like, and then maybe some tips on, because I know there's a lot of women out there. When a lot of us started Pure Romance, we were already working full-time jobs. A lot of us single moms, and that juggling between work, family time, girl time, just friend time, and then Pure Romance parties. Could you share a little bit about your day and maybe some tips on your organizing your day?
Sure. So when I started, I was full-time. Right now, I am down to 4 days a week, and one of those days is a half day, so really 3.5 days a week. And I've been able to do that because of Pure Romance. Otherwise, I couldn't have done that. So it's great to be able to have a lot more flexibility in my schedule, and both of my bosses know that this is a priority. If I get called out to do anything with Pure Romance, I'm in the car going. So I'm going to be doing whatever I need to for that. But it was more of a challenge when I was full-time, plus I now have 3 kids in my home. I have 2 kids, and my nephew lives with me. And then I'm married, and my friends, and a team, like you said. So my typical day starts pretty early. I do my work, and luckily I'm in a position at my job where I have some flexibility. I can answer emails, texts, phone calls. Not everybody has that, but I do have that ability. As far as my average days, I've really been booking a lot of parties during the week, and that way I do have some free time on the weekend. And like right now, I have 14 parties in November next month, and I'm still working my normal hours. I'd say the thing that has helped me the most is that getting a system that you're organized with, because it just makes it less challenging. I have put my children to work on doing my lap boards. They put my wish list in, my cards, my connection cards, and when they want extra money to go do something, they know that that's something that they can do. So I don't feel that they're not doing catalogs or anything, but they're doing the paper preparation and washing my lap boards off. Just a little thing. Well, you put food on them. So little things like that. They load my car. They unload my car, because those are things that I don't need to be doing. But what's really helped me recently is I hired an assistant that is a rock star, and she is really helping me with the back side of things. It's not necessary, but I'm doing on average 10 to 14 parties a month at this time, which has just increased greatly. And I can be more efficient and more productive and make more money doing the parties than having somebody help me to do that. So I pay her either in cash or in product, and I've only paid her cash once in a month and a half. So she wants the product. She loves it. So it makes it really easy to have an assistant that you can pay that way.
Oh, that's awesome. And a tax write-off. Yay. Love it.
Exactly. And she has gotten me a ton of parties because she's a college student.
Great thinking. Love that. Okay, everybody, tip here, hire a college student. Hire a college student.
And do the personality test that we did at corporate with Connie Podesta.
Yes.
And hire a square.
Yes, I agree.
Very detailed.
A squiggles needs squares in her life. Yes. Are you a squiggle?
I am a triangle made of squiggles.
Yes, I'm squiggle going to triangle. Love it. So speaking of money, Jen, could you share a little bit how much money, the average amount of money a new consultant can make?
So starting out, an average new consultant, their average party sales are going to be around $500. And if we start off with a kit at 45%, then they're going to be making about $200 off of or $225 off of a party. And that's talking about 3 hours of work. I like to tell my other people that work, you know, at a job that is minimum wage, I'll even bounce it up to $10 an hour. It's going to take you, you know, almost 20 some hours of work to come close to that. Plus taxes are taken out right away. So you have a significant difference. You can do 3 hours of work or you can do 20 hours of work. Which one do you want?
And do you need a college degree for this?
You don't need a college degree. You need a good attitude. You need to be friendly, respectful, and willing to share the message that we're giving.
I love that.
And that's what about pure romance is. Pure romance is not like a lot of other direct sales. We don't have a big competition. Most of the stores that you can go to buy any of our bedroom accessories, similar products at, most of them, it's getting better, but most of them are geared towards men. So for a 22-year-old or even a 42-year-old woman to walk into one of those stores to get something, they can't look at the function. They can't open the package. They can't see the function of it. And so having the ability to go in and do parties, the product sells itself. I don't feel pushy. I don't feel like I am, you know, making them uncomfortable. I'm making them comfortable with experiencing these items, and they get to check it out before they would actually spend their money. So it's really a great position to be in.
It's a wonderful incentive. The quality, the look, and being able to actually taste, touch, lick, smell, try, see how something works. And speaking of incentives, that leads into my next question is, could you share a little bit about some of the incentives for new consultants, but also for someone such as yourself, which you've been in the business less than 2 years, and oh my gosh, you've already just blown up your business. So could you share a little bit about the incentives and maybe some of the incentives that you've experienced? And for everyone, just as a reminder, she's been in business less than 2 years.
Yeah. So new consultant incentives are a variety of them, but right now we have our Quick Start program. So if you hit a sales goal within the first 60 days, which is very attainable, you get a beautiful sterling silver heart necklace, which I'm kind of jealous about because I can't get one. It was started after I started the business. If you recruit somebody, you're going to get a really pretty silver, sterling silver pendant. That's the heart. There are always incentives for trips, cash. Last year at Christmas time, I got a $1,000 cash bonus for hitting a sales goal. I hit President's Club last year. So this year I'm serving on President's Club, which we met at our trip in Ohio. That was wonderful. In July and August, I went to Vegas, all expenses paid, flight, hotel. Ended up having a little extra spending money with the hotel money that they gave you, and got to go to the conference for free. So amazing, amazing incentive trips. And more than where we go, it's the connection that we make with our sisters, our friends. It's priceless. It has been the most amazing experience. And Patty, I was not one that came into this looking to make friends or build friendships like this. I have lots of friends. I have lots of things I'm doing. And I really did not see that as a big attraction to me until I got into it. And once I got into it, I saw that I had so many like-minded women who just truly are there to build each other up and support each other. And that's rare. Go in a hospital and work and see if that happens. It doesn't happen like this. So to be able to be a part of such an amazing, empowering group where we really care about what's happening to the other person, it's been just really the coolest experience. I did not realize it would make such a difference for me and be so enriching. And it has been just awesome. I have people that I would do anything for that I've known less than 2 years. So, and I know they do the same thing for me as well. So
definitely the support, the sisterhood, and just so empowering, and just the energy, the positive energy is it's undescribable. It is just so uplifting. Absolutely love that. Oh, yay.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
So Jen, say you have a consultant that's like, okay, I'm going to get started. They start with Pure Romance, and then life happens. And they decide, okay, this isn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
Well, I tell people this all the time. Worst case scenario, you buy your kit, you do 1 or 2 parties, you decide it's not for you.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you're going to make your money back in 1 or 2 parties anyway, so you're going to have your kit paid for. Worst case scenario, you have a little bit of extra product around. You obviously liked the product if you became a consultant, so you have a really nice big toy chest to play with, or you have a lot of Bath and Body products. But those are things that usually are gone like that for sales. So if you buy an average kit, the deluxe or the standard kit, you will have those products sold, no problem. And if you decide that it's not for you at this time, you can go inactive. And if you change your mind down the road, you always have the option of coming back. And it's no foul. If it doesn't work out for you currently, and I've got a number of girls that are on my team, not under me, but on my same level, that have come and gone when life allowed, and when life became too much, then they took a little leave and had to stop for a while. And that's okay. This is about doing what you need to do. How many jobs can you come and go with, or put it on pause for a little while? You can't. You're either there working or you're not. You don't have that option. But I can guarantee you, once you start, you don't want to stop. So.
I love it. I love that you have the opportunity to do a little or a lot. So if someone's out there, they're watching, they're like, okay, I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to join Jen's team. What do I need to do? Jen, where do they need to go? Can you give your website and your email?
Absolutely. So I have the best Pure Romance website. I have this. I can't believe nobody bought this URL. My website is LOVE pureromance.com.
Shut the front door.
I know, right? I could not believe it was available when I bought it 2 years ago. How is that possible?
Okay,
so,
that is, I have to admit, yes, is the best URL ever. Yes.
Right? My husband bought it right after I started. He looked and he found it. He's like, no way is this available. But it is. It's mine. So I love pureromance.com. And my email is Jen, Jen, at ilovepureromance.com.
Love it. Oh my gosh.
And you can find me on Facebook, Pure Romance by Jen, Jen, Mccommons, McCommons.
Love it. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that was your website. So I'm still really here. I'm like, that's so good. Oh, so speaking of websites, you know what? Could you share some of the bonuses, some of the free stuff you get as a consultant? I forgot about the website. Look at me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we do get a free website on, and it's instantly, as soon as you sign up, it's your website. So you can direct people to it. You're able to put posts on it to talk about different incentives for parties, different reasons to have parties, sexual health information. So when people do a search on Google for Pure Romance, they can go in and put their area. They'll put your zip code in, or their zip code in, and they can find you that way. It is a really great site. If you join my team, you get a free headshot because my husband's a photographer. So, so I do that for my team, or he does that for my team. Mm-hmm. You are going to get access to such a great amount of information, like our media center. We have professionally done flyers, information, social media tags, and banners. So you have the ability to have your website, your Facebook page look super professional and be on par with any other company out there. They do a really good job in providing us those tools. So that helps a lot.
What about apps?
Ooh, we have great apps. We can send people our own app. So at parties, I will have people pull out their phone, they'll text me their information, and then I will have my assistant take my phone and text them my app so that they have it on the phone. So basically it opens up and they have my website, my email, my phone number. They can book a party through the app. They can shop my website through the app. And that is something that's included with being a pure romance consultant. It's great.
And how much is it?
Free.
Free. I love it. Free. Yes, free. And so I love all of these benefits that Pure Romance offers us, and everything, the trainings, the online trainings, the videos, the apps. So it allows every consultant the opportunity to make a difference in their lives and other women's lives. So as we get, Ms. Jen, as we get ready to end here, could you share maybe a memorable moment? I know you have several. You have a lot. You have a lot. Could you share something that stands out to you on something a memorable moment that you've experienced through Pure Romance that's really made a difference in your life or someone else's life?
Gosh, you're right. There are so many of them. Do you mean a party specifically, an interaction at a party, or
whatever you would like?
Is that what you would like to hear?
It totally up to you. I could sit and talk to you all night, but whatever you
okay, cool. I don't have to work tomorrow because now I do Pure Romance. So I'm off Thursday and Friday this week. So how do you like that? I would have to say, oh my goodness, it's so hard to narrow it down to one. I would have to say probably speaking with a girl recently at a party, at a college party. And I mentioned about the statistics about the number of people who have been sexually assaulted, and talked about how that can take away your power and that we want to give people their power back. And so when we go into the shopping room, we do it confidentially. So she came in and talked to me, and I could tell she was nervous, and she'd never had a toy, and she had a lot of questions. And then she just looked at me and made eye contact with me and broke down crying. And she told me about being sexually assaulted, and she had not shared that with anybody else. She was terrified. She felt guilty and thought it was her fault. And so we had a moment, we talked about it. I've actually connected with her afterwards as well to help guide her in getting some help. And it really, she sent me a message saying, I would never have shared that with anybody that I didn't know. You made me feel very comfortable. You made me feel like I wasn't alone anymore. And you have given me the ability to take my power back. And I could tear up right now just saying it. So making somebody who's had such a traumatic event find comfort, the fact that she even came to the party was impressive. And to be able to help her not have those blocks the rest of her life, and direct her to the right place for counseling has been really a gift that I didn't expect to get from doing this. And it really is. We change women's lives. We make them feel like they're normal, because so many people have issues that they don't feel like they're normal, and we can tell them that they are.
Wow, that is very powerful. Very powerful. Jen, getting chills here. Thank you so much for your time and attention tonight. I love your stories. I love your energy. Oh my gosh, you're changing so many women's lives and helping them.
We all are.
We are. And so thank you for sharing. I absolutely love it. And thank you to our guests. If you're listening in, please reach out to Jen. If you have questions on the Facebook group, on the Facebook event, please reach out, ask your questions. And so as we end tonight, thank you all, and I wish you all a fantabulous evening. And have a happy week and make a difference in your life. Thanks so much.
Thank you.